Hello and welcome to Do It Yourself Musician. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of talking about musical gear, we're actually going to talk about music. We all love to talk about gear. I do. That's what my whole channel's about. But, all that gear is, those are tools and they're meant to make music with. So we're going to stop and talk a little bit about actual music today. And I want to tell you guys about a few things that I've been listening to lately. So I just selected a couple of things from a pretty broad range of genres to tell you about. And you can check out these artists and have listened to their music. First of all, I'm going to talk about See-Through Dresses. See-Through Dresses is a band out of Omaha, Nebraska. A young band. And I just happened to find them on Bandcamp. I was just blindly clicking through things on Bandcamp. Sometimes I do that just to find something, and most of the time I actually don't find anything I enjoy. But when I came across See-Through Dresses, I really like them. They have they're definitely an alternative band, kind of shoegazy, but not deep dark shoegazy stuff. More of a dream pop kind of shoegaze thing. First of all, let me just say that their Bandcamp is seethroughdresses.bandcamp.com. You can try Googling them, but when you Google the phrase see-through dress, get some interesting results. You should put See-Through Dresses band if you Google them, but just go seethroughdresses.bandcamp.com and you should get them. And I got their album. This is their self-titled album. This one is it's a couple years old now, actually, and I bought this LP from them, and it's a full length, and I love this record. It's really good. I'm not really going to pick a standout song or anything because it's just all good. I mean, this is one of those ones that's just right in my wheelhouse. I love this kind of music, and I spin this all the time. It's very, very cool. And it was cool that one of the band members, her name's Sarah Bertoldo. Pretty sure she's the one I actually bought the record from directly, but there's a nice little handwritten note that she sent along with it, and some stickers. This and some Millions of Boys, which I think is another Omaha band that Sarah's in. There's a See-Through Dresses sticker. That's like one really cool thing about music these days in general, is you can go to Bandcamp and buy their records and support the bands directly, and you'll get cool things like that, cool interactions with the bands. So check out See-Through Dresses. They have a couple albums on there, I think, and they're just about to release a new one on October 23rd. But definitely pick up the self-titled one and get their new one when that comes out. And I'll put links to all this stuff in the show notes below. The second thing I want to talk about that I really enjoy is a fellow YouTuber's music. And he is the Daydream Sound. A lot of you guys might already watch his channel. His YouTube channel is amazing. If you're a musician, you should check out the Daydream Sound. The guy is a philosopher. Let's just put it that way. He's got a lot of really good things to say, positive things to say, and to help musicians. So definitely check out his YouTube channel. I'll put a link below. The Daydream Sound. The record I got from him recently was the called Gold Revelation, and this is more along the lines of hip hop, beat making, MPC stuff. Is what I guess that would be the genre. I mean, I wouldn't call it hardcore hip hop or anything. It's more of, it's definitely hip hop based. It's instrumental. This track is just really awesome. He uses samplers, obviously, the MPC, and he's really into the sonic stuff. He uses that stuff a lot, those keyboards and samplers, and he's really good with actual sampling. I mean, I've used tons of samplers too, but I mostly use mine as playback devices, quite honestly, and sample occasionally. But this guy really creates good original sounds and original beats, so you should definitely check out the Daydream Sound. Gold Revelation is this record. This one is 180 gram vinyl. It's backed up with a tune called Small Change, which is a 80s styled synth pop thing. I don't know if he meant it to be like that, but that's what the impression it gives me, and it's really awesome too. It's his Bandcamp is thedaydreamsound.bandcamp.com. He actually has new music out right now. I believe he just put something new up there recently. He's also the daydreamsound.com, and he's also a Canadian. He's from Toronto. So yeah, check out that Gold Revelation, the Daydream Sound, and check out his other music. Check out his YouTube channel. Okay, and the third thing I'm going to talk about here is a guy that I've been listening to for decades now. I probably first heard his music in the late 80s. That is a gentleman by the name of Bill Moloney. His latest record is this one. I've got it on CD. It's called Lands and Peoples. He is a prolific songwriter and recorder, and he's already got something new that he's working on that's past this, but this is his latest sort of full-length finished album, though. It's called Lands and People. And this genre is, I guess you'd call it alternative country or just alternative folk rock or something. I'm not really quite sure what to call this, but maybe along the lines of maybe Uncle Tupelo or Wilco or Sunvolt, maybe REM. I mean, Bill's original band that he was in was called Vigilantes of Love, which you may have heard of. Vigilantes of Love is a fantastic band. Bill has been the driving force behind that since it started. And I'll actually tell you an interesting story about how I discovered Vigilantes of Love. You may not remember if you're young, back when there was music retailers, there was a big music retailer called Sound Warehouse. Many people remember that chain of stores. And, you would go in there back at that time and they would have just giant long racks of cassettes and LPs, and the CD section would be just huge, because this is back in the late 80s when CD was a thing to have. And I mean, even they were in the long boxes, if you remember those at the time. And I used to go there all the time just looking for music and whatever, just to discover things. And I remember at some point I got sort of tired of listening to music that everybody else listened to. And I would just think, there's this big, long shelf of music here, that's half a football field or something. And, you go there and you look for certain things that you've heard of or your friends are listening to. Like, what else is on this giant shelf? So I started I would go there and I would look for something I just completely never heard of that was on the shelf, and one day I was just looking at the shelf and I saw a record CD by Vigilantes of Love. It's called Driving the Nails. And it just had a picture of Bill on the cover with an acoustic guitar. At that time, I think I was really into listening to a lot of new wavy synth pop stuff, but I was really, getting into some things like Midnight Oil and stuff like that in the late 80s. And, more acoustic rock, folk rock stuff, if you will, things. So I thought, well, maybe that's kind of what that genre is or whatever. I don't know. It seemed like it might be a good bet that that's what it was. So I picked it up and listened to it, and it was great. It was fantastic. And I'm the only guy that's listening to this record in Fort Worth, as far as I know. I assume somebody else bought it, but I would try to tell my friends about it and everything, and all that stuff. And it was just great. It was fantastic. It was such a cool thing just to pick up a smaller record like that and just discover something really cool. And, of course, they went on and produced many more albums, and, a lot of those are really great. Like, The Killing Floor was another one I really liked from them. There's some great songs on there. Bill Moloney is a fantastic lyric writer. Amazing. I put his lyric writing up there with, the best bands ever, best lyrics ever. I mean, the guy's really, really good. And I actually saw the Vigilantes of Love play one time, and if Bill watches this ever, he might correct me if I'm wrong, but I could swear back then, Dallas, late 80s, I mean, you're talking, there was a big scene there. There was lots of bands playing around Dallas, like Tripping Daisies, the Toadies, the Nixons, and, lots of bands like Course of Empire and all that stuff playing around Dallas. And then I really wanted to see Vigilantes of Love. I heard they were going to play. And I had a group of friends that I usually would go to gigs to, but Vigilantes of Love did not play at a club in Deep Ellum where everybody played. I'm pretty sure I saw them in a basement of a church in Dallas. Like I said, he might correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that's where I saw them at. And it was great. It was a great show. I actually don't remember a lot about it. I just remember going to that mostly because my friends didn't want to go to see it. They wanted to go to Deep Ellum or whatever, not to the basement of a church. Maybe it wasn't a basement. I don't know. But, and it turns out that Bill Moloney, Vigilantes of Love, there is a... I don't want to call it, they're not a Christian rock band. I don't want to say it like that. They're a very spiritual group. Let's put it that way. Bill's definitely a very spiritual guy. But quite frankly, some of the music I enjoy and some of the best music ever been produced really are people that have a deep spiritual part to them. So there's nothing to be afraid of. But anyways, pick up Bill's stuff. Pick up some Vigilantes of Love stuff if you can find it. Bill's Bandcamp is billmoloneymusic.bandcamp.com. And like I said, I think he already has some new music out there on Bandcamp right now. So go definitely check that out. And yeah, in case you're wondering, Vigilantes of Love, I'm pretty sure that they did take that from New Order. Love Vigilantes, which is kind of what I was into. And that's probably another thing that made me buy his record. originally. But all right, so yeah, there's 3 different things you can check out from 3 different genres, and I always say that people ask me, what kind of music do you like? I like good music. I mean, I don't care what genre it is. If it's good, and I really can't define what good is, I mean, I guess it means different things to different people, but if I think it's good, I'm going to listen to it. So there's, something from alternative rock, from hip hop style, and to roots rock right there. So 3 things to check out, and please comment maybe and leave me links to bands you like or whatever, and I'll check them out. Please subscribe to the channel and thumbs up if you like the video, and I'll see you next time.